Good evening. Hello world. How are you doing? 7 बज गए हैं और आ गया हमारा वक्त फिर से मिलने का, डेट करने का और एक नए मेहमान को पहचानने का. It is so nice that every evening we get to meet all of you and be here and talk about another professional artist. So, as I said, that this was the series, or this is the series of showstoppers. Showstoppers, I mean, because we have these artists along with us who work in a parallel with our work, and without them the show is not possible. It's not possible to do a performance. We started with photographer Sangeeta Das Banerjee, continued with Sandeep Datta sir, and who is a light designer, then went to anchor Bharti Dang, and yesterday we had Sandhya Ramanji, who's a costume designer, and today is the music by Ashish Banerjee. But that's not all, because there's a lot to this man and we ought to know about it. Ashish Banerjee is the creative director of Zero DB Soundworks. He worked as a freelance music producer, director from September 1999 to September 2001, working for the most of the leading advertising agencies and other filmmakers and producers before setting up Zero DB Soundworks as its current premises in October 2001. Oh my God, this man has a long list of achievements, and I would call him the ad man too. So there's a lot to know about him and a lot to understand how we complement each other as as professionals and as for shows. So let's welcome Ashish Banerjee. Hello,
Hi,
how are
hi,
you doing?
Alaknanda. Good, good, good. So good to see you. So good to see you.
It's so nice, no, that instead of the lockdown, we're still able to meet each other.
These are the times that, I bless technology. A lot of times it gets into your nerves when you're getting spam calls throughout the day. People know that you are at home. So,
Yes,
ye le lijiye, wo le lijiye, loan le lijiye. So,
loan le
at that
लीजिए.
time, at that time, you hate it. But then there are times like this. I just love technology for this.
Yes, I think this has been a boon to us, especially for
Yeah,
me. The lockdown has been quite busy. I thought that everybody has been crying about being not so busy, but I think the lockdown, I made the maximum use of the lockdown. I get to meet all of you on these platforms.
absolutely. Look, people criers will cry, and people who enjoy and live their life full of laughter, they will continue doing that. When people before the lockdown, where everybody used to cry, there's too much work, I don't get time to spend with my family,
Yes,
and I don't get time for myself. You have all this time to spend with your family and time to yourself, and you're still crying. So
yeah,
just let it be. Just let it be. Live your life.
yes, so correct. Ashish, tell me, because I know you are a music director and a
Yeah.
music producer. What does music mean to you?
Everything, everything. That's that's all I know how to do. Frankly speaking, that's all what I've done all my life. And I, you know, if you ask what else, I really wouldn't know what to say. It's such a huge intrinsic part of my life, has been, is, and I don't see it any other way. So that's all that there is, frankly speaking, one way or another, in some form or the other. So yeah, in a way that it's life. That's it. That's all I can say.
It's life for you.
Yeah.
And we have Sandeep Datta. He's saying hello, Alaknanda,
Hi, hi, Sandeep.
and how was your day today? Sandeep, that day to was rocking. We don't waste a single day, and I was waiting to meet Ashish online, और उसकी बीवी भी है पीछे पीछे. Hello guys, yes, madam, abhi hai wahan pe. She's on both the sides. She's there with Ashish also. She's there here also. Amazing Sangeeta, I love you. So, but when you were young, because music is something we know that
What do you mean
Bengalis have
when you were
music.
young? I'm still young. What
Oh
do you mean
yes,
when you were young?
yeah, when you
Are you
were a
old?
baby. No, no, no.
Are
When
you
you were a
old?
baby. No, no,
I
not
I
at
re-
all.
I
Not at
refuse
all.
to grow up. I refuse to
Same
grow up.
here. Same here. Even I say 18 till I die. 18 till I die. It's just why
Absolutely,
I told you.
absolutely.
I
Yeah.
want to say when you were a baby, a toddler. When you were a
Okay.
toddler.
Yeah.
So we know that Bengalis have music and dance in their families.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of mandatory to do that. But
Mm.
your parents, because music as a career is a very big question mark.
Oh yeah.
मतलब
Oh
ये
yeah.
अगर किसी को बोला जाए कि आप म्यूजिक करते हैं या म्यूजिक करते हैं तो और क्या करते हैं, आपका घर
It's a,
कैसे चलता है?
अभी तो फिर भी अलकनंदा it's a lot better.
या
Music as a career is now really a viable option in the sense
yes,
in
but
I
now, but
cont-
what about the time
now
when we
exactly that.
decided?
Oh, absolutely. It was not even a consideration in a sense. Not only music, in a sense. I frankly speaking, education wise, I wanted to do geography because
Okay.
I've always been fascinated with the earth and how it works and volcanoes. So even to study geography in a sense was no. I'm like, what, geography as a career, then what do you do? So forget, music was not even a consideration, although there's been music in my life. My mother used to play the sitar, so there was we used to have bataks at home. So music was always been there in our growing up years, but to take up music as a career was always no ये तो नहीं हो सकता. So yeah, it was
So
difficult.
did you had to fight, put up a fight, or what was the qualification that you had to complete to convince your parents to take up the career in music?
See, again, career qualification wise, somehow dad had this thing in his head कि I ought to be a chartered accountant for some reason.
Okay.
I don't know why. I don't know why. I had no inclination for commerce. No inclination for commerce. So he said, no. CA तो तुमको करना ही पड़ेगा. So I said, look, CA is not happening. No way. In a sense, it takes 8 years to complete CA. You know that? I said,
Right.
are you mad? I'm not going to be sitting there ghissoing pens for 8 years to begin with. So that is not happening. So we kind of bargained a deal कि चलो MBA तक कर लेंगे, उसके बाद we'll see what happens. So
Okay.
that was it. But I didn't even do that. I kind of took Patli Gali out of MBA. I got through MBA, but but I never uh, joined the course at all. उसके बीच में ही मैं सटक लिया बीच में से and went into television.
Okay.
So that
So
was
I
that was
see
that
I
was
see that you were also working with United Studios, Delhi of the
yeah,
UTV group as a
right,
video editor. Now
right.
music, and now I'm coming to the as a video editor. Okay.
Mm-hmm,
So
mm-hmm.
that's again a very vast scale of work and experience and knowledge.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
how did you go into this whole thing of video editor? This I didn't know actually. I understood
No,
you
this
only
is
as
this the story goes back one step further actually.
right. We
Before
would like to hear that story.
before, okay, this is also connected to the MBA story. Now what happened was I got through an MBA school, and there was a little time gap before the classes started. 6 odd months was there before the classes started, so I was generally hanging around, not doing much, catching up with the old friends and stuff. So suddenly, old friend, you know, got in touch and says, "I got a new job in so let's catch up. We haven't met for a bite." So I said, "Okay, let's meet up." So where are you working? He said, I'm working in a television studio. I said, Acha, very interesting.
Okay.
So I said, Chal, I'll come and see you at your place of work only. He says, ha, come, come, come. So I landed up in a place called Jan Studios, which was a television production house at that time. This is the early years of private television networks coming in.
Ashish, I'll
So,
just butt you in between. We have
yeah.
a lot of people watching you. Sangeeta
Hmm.
says hello, Sandeep Da, namaskar.
Hello,
Sangeeta says
hello, hello, everybody.
now you can understand as light designer as career बिजली वाला हूँ हाँ बिल्कुल संगीता बिजली वाले हो
तुम संदीदा
ऐसे
संदीदा तुम बिजली वाले, हम पेटी वाले, तो सबके साथ कोई ऐसा ही
और
आज कोई
हम घुंघरू
टैगलाइंस तो
वाले
लग ही जाते हैं। आप घुंघरू
हम
वाले,
घुंघरू
बिल्कुल।
वाले Ashwini
देखो
Kumar Dubey
नाटक।
Khajra says Namaskar and Sandhya Ramanji is here. Lovely to see you, Sandhya ji over here. Nice. Here, Ashish. Lovely,
हाय
lovely.
हाय।
Sandhya Ramanji is also here. So I hope Sandhya ji you called up Thomas. Huh? He had specially mentioned it in your show that you had to call up Thomas. So yes, I'll continue with your story. I'm ready. All ears for you.
Yeah, so I land up at the television studio, and believe me, Laknanda, I was blown out of my mind. Not by the uh, anything fancy or anything, but it just suddenly hit me that this is the space for me.
Right,
That there was activity, there was people, although I didn't have any clue about it, but the general energy and vibe of the place was so infectious that it just hit me like a ton of bricks that this is my space.
right,
So as soon as I had the meeting with him, I headed back home and broke the news to my dad that मुझे रास्ता मिल गया है
right.
कि एमबीए तो नहीं हो रहा, अब फिलहाल तो नहीं हो रहा, बाद में देखी जाएगी, बट अभी तो नहीं हो रहा. I have found my space. I don't know what I'm going to do there, but I want to be involved in this space of work. So I
So didn't
landed
the
up
hair
there. Then,
break on you?
हाँ ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं.
Achha, chilled,
We'll
chilled.
we'll bear it. See, अब कफन बांध ली है सर पे तो बांध ली है ना, फिर कम हेल कम हाई वाटर, फिर तो यही है. छलांग
Right.
मार दिया था मैंने. Before I broke the news, I had already made the leap.
Okay.
So there was no
कुछ
turning
करने का
back.
था नहीं फिर अंकल को
हाँ
कुछ करने
हाँ.
का था नहीं.
So like I said ना कि I was ready to do anything. I next
Right.
day I went back to my friend and told them कि dude, get me in. I don't care what I have to do. I will bloody serve tea.
हाँ.
If need be, I will serve tea. I will do whatever it takes to be in this space. So
Right.
then I started off not serving tea, but I actually
हाँ.
started off almost like an intern, where I
हाँ.
was carrying tapes and carrying lights and carrying tables, but it felt at home. In a sense, it didn't felt demeaning. Ki, "Arey, I'm a graduate and I'm was ready to do an MBA and I'm lugging tapes and equipment." It felt right at home.
हाँ.
So from there, uh, it was. I just wanted to get my feet into that door first and
Right.
foremost,
Yeah.
in whatever way, whatever capacity.
Impossible.
So from there, the first ladder was I was assisting the editing team there.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So once you start assisting the editing team, slowly, you get into the editing side. So
Absolutely.
so that's how editing. I started with editing, not by choice but by default, just to get an entry into the
But
working
actually,
space.
actually, it was your destiny that you reached that place and you got your calling.
Probably, maybe, I don't know. I don't know exactly, because maybe a ton of other friends could have called, but only
Right.
this guy called that day, and I
Right.
went to meet
Right.
him the next day. If somebody
Right.
else had called, maybe would have been a different story.
Yeah.
So then,
And
editing happened side by side. But then I kept music was always the plan, but
yeah, your priority.
that was going on a parallel track. No, I
And
wasn't doing it professionally till that time. We had
okay.
a small band which was an amateur band. We did little bit shows during Durga Puja and stuff like that. But it wasn't a professional gig of sorts, and it wasn't never thought of it that usko career banana. It was great fun and everything, but
Right.
once we entered a professional field where music and making music and recording music uh, uh,
It's a
is
different high.
you see it in a different light altogether, where
Absolutely.
then your eyes start opening on the with the possibilities that there are, that all this while that you have been around music, but you never got exposed to this. And that was mind blowing for me. So, and
Right.
that was that. And then that just set the ball rolling. And you know, that was
Great.
what that was about
And Soumya
20
Shukla is
25 years
saying,
ago.
hello, Ashish Ji. Still remember your brilliant dancing at Alaknanda Didi's party last year? Yes, we are missing the party this year,
We were just
Soumya.
talking about the party, and it's
Yeah,
that
we are talking about the
we're going to be
party, and the
missing it this
summers
year.
are coming up, and it feels really low not going in for a party and having a dance. And you did beautiful work for her poem Zinda Ho Tum. Actually,
Thank you
you
so
know,
much. Thank you. It
I
was
was
written
I was
beautifully.
lucky enough to like Sangeeta had posted one of your work
Hmm.
ad work on
Okay.
the Facebook, right? And
Yeah.
I'm a
Okay.
Facebook fanatic, so
Yeah.
मैंने कहा, ये किसकी आवाज है, ये किसकी आवाज है. And you have this fantastic baritone voice, and when you especially go on to the microphone, it's like you can, मैं संगीता है सामने दोस्त है, but many women would miss a few heartbeats when they hear your voice.
Nah. Nah.
And it's like, आवाज किसकी है, आवाज किसकी है. तो संगीता ने कहा ये आशीष की. मैंने कहा धत्तरी की. मैंने कहा, मैं संगीता ने कहा, आशीष की. मैंने कहा धत्तरी की यार, इसके साथ आप फ्लर्ट भी नहीं कर सकते हो. So, and that is the moment, because I am, as I know a little bit more about you, you have been doing voiceover work also. So obviously
Right.
we caught you for the, like, your whole family is has adopted me, and I have adopted the Banerjee family. It seems कि
Yeah,
मुझे
absolutely.
जब
Absolutely.
ठंडा
We're
होता
one
है
big,
संगीता.
one big extended family.
यस 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 यस. और ये संगीता कह रही है, अच्छा चल, तुझे पता है, हाँ तुझे, अरे आई नो दैट. Which what do you know? The woman missed their heartbeat listening to his voice. Cool woman, cool. Yes. So then, obviously, I wanted you to recite the poem Zinda Ho Tum. But
It was
tell me about your
amazing, beautifully
voiceover.
written.
Thank you so much. And tell me more about your voiceover. Like how you're born with that kind of a voice, or you like people have voice modulation sessions also, practice also. How did you move into it? I think you are born with that kind of a voice, and how did you move
Uh,
into.
there is, yeah, there is. If you have um, a I don't know what to call it. If you have frankly speaking, I really don't know if there is a particular kind of voice that works. Uh, what I think works more is if you are able to enunciate and emote uh, nicely, and as per what you're trying to emote rather than the voice itself. Because yeah, the voice is there, but there are a lot of voices which that happens quite often actually, that you know you, people come and ask for advice, that all my friends tell me that I have a lovely voice, that I should get into voiceovers. My pointer to them is, yes, you do have a lovely voice, but are you able to grasp and deliver the soul of the script? Are you
Yes.
able to emote and communicate through only a voice what the words truly mean?
Right.
It is more than just the voice. It is understanding and modulating and enhancing the right words, the taking the breaks at the right time. So some people naturally have that understanding. If you have that understanding naturally, then it helps, I think, more than having a decent voice.
It's just not about having it, like you want to say, it's just not about having a voice, but using the voice with the right kind of soul of the script is
Correct,
important.
correct, correct, correct.
Right, I understand. And again, look, Sangeeta, don't get jealous today, please. ये प्लीज जेलस मत होना. रीता दत्ता कह रही हैं, आशीष यू हैव अ वॉइस टू डाई फॉर, एंड यस, इसके साथ तो फ्लर्ट भी नहीं कर सकते. इट्स जस्ट नॉर्मली यू.
Instantly, if
अभी
it is, if it is the same Rita Datta, it is Sangeeta's elder sister.
ओके, तो फिर तो और भी है. चलो, घर पे ही है, घर पे ही है लोग. जो कह रहे कि फ्लर्ट नहीं कर
So,
सकते. That's amazing. That's amazing. As I see
no,
that
but
again, that you have been working with Television Network also, from as a video editor, and
yeah,
you
that's
have
that's
also so your baby, like your baby of 0 dB sound works.
yeah.
So how did you conceive your baby, and what was the thought behind it?
It wasn't a thought really. See, after Jan, then I moved to United Studios, which was the post production facility for UTV. It was actually a tie-up between Fox Television and UTV to come up with a post production facility. So I moved from Jan to UTV as an editor again, where and it was a completely cutting edge of that time. This is
Right.
in, I think,
Okay.
95, and they were bringing in absolutely cutting edge technology in Delhi. So practically, we set up the whole place. The whole team had come from Bombay as well. There was this
Hmm.
wonderful art technical director person called Donny Sequeira. Um, Wonderful, wonderful human being, amazing technical person. So we literally, set up that place with our hands. We made cables, we set up machines, we installed the lighting, you name it. So it was like a different level of technical learning that
Right.
we got from that place. So even we helped in setting up the sound studio. So that is where all the technical learning came from. So from
Right.
wiring to cabling to microphones to mixers. So it was a huge learning curve, and I'm so thankful and so grateful that I got that opportunity. And in that process, we spent a lot of time fine tuning little bits of technical equipment, and we got to got exposed to new technologies, and in that process I got more interested in a little bit of the technical side of music recording and sound recording as well. So the interest grew, and I started spending more time in the sound department rather than the
This was the
editing department.
transition from your as a video editor to the
Yes,
sound.
yes.
Yeah,
So then
like
eventually I
this was
went
your
in.
transition from that period.
Right,
Okay,
right. So then we sat down and discussed. Since it was clear that I was more inclined to do sound work and music work. So then we had a video post production facility, we had a sound recording facility, but we didn't have a music production facility in that place. So we said, why not we set
okay,
up a music production facility as well? Then we can have music productions in house. That was the time when Magna Sound and
okay,
indie labels were also doing very well. So I said, then that is the market that we can tap in, and private television channels were booming. So then I set up the music production facility, production department at USL, and that was the time when I got into full time music production and
okay,
sound recording.
okay,
Then I did that for a while, and then I branched off on my own to do full time music for myself. Then I was
right,
still freelancing, um and then I was spending too much time in other studios, where late nights, nights after nights. So that was the time I said, keep why don't I set up a studio of my own? Then I can work at my pace. I'm not dependent on studio availability. I can work at my pace and how I want it with the equipment that I want. So that is when I decided to set up my studio, 0 dB Soundworks, in 2001, according to the studio and the studio sound that I wanted, uh, and that's how 0 dB Soundworks came up.
but again, coming Ashish, when we are talking about these discussions, a very major concern of all the parents and also of the of everybody, like we are the people who take the risk, like
Hmm.
right from the age of 4 I knew that I wanted to be a dancer, and
Yep.
my school said, or my principal said, the dancer does not earn, or an artist doesn't, वो झोला वाला झोला बैग वाला
Right, right,
मेंटालिटी है
absolutely. Yeah, yeah.
ना. ये सारे पेरेंट्स का होता है. Thank God my parents didn't have this. In fact,
Mm.
my father, all of you know, is a Hawaiian guitarist, and he
Oh,
has a huge
absolutely.
fan
He's a
following. And
legend. He's a legend.
yeah. So, uh, when you went off from a company which is paying you, you
Hmm.
are getting a kind of a said. I think financially that was quite a sound money that you were getting, right?
Yes, but yeah, but see again, I did it in phases and stages. Uh,
Right.
I
But doing your own work is risky, you know?
It is, it is. But just as I took that leap of faith on
Right,
the first job that I took, and I uh, let go of probably a secure corporate job, which I would have landed eventually had I done my MBA. So even this was another leap of faith that,
right.
um, you have that feeling inside that you are ready to take that jump. So yeah, once
Because
you have that
you had a
confidence.
family by that time. And
Yes,
in
yes, I did.
India, because you had Sangeeta by your side, you
Hmm.
had you had two daughters, Magliana and
I had
Vatsala.
one daughter at that time. I had one daughter
You
at
had
that time.
one daughter.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
in India, the man is supposed to take care
No,
of
I
the
had two. No, no,
family.
you're right. You're right. You're right. I had both. I had both. Yeah, Vatsala was born also by that time.
Yeah.
By that time, the 0 dB started. Vatsala was here. Yeah, the both of them were here. But
So,
I had already made my networks with I was relatively doing well, and again there comes a time when you have that feeling that it's time to take that next step,
right. Why I'm
even if it
asking this,
means.
Ashish, because those younger generation who want
Mhm,
to become a video editor or a music director or have their own studio, do you
mhm.
think this career, and as a man, because मतलब आजकल ठीक है, a woman is also earning and she is also supporting majorly in the family.
Oh, hugely, hugely.
Hugely. So, do you think that the career that we are talking about, your career, is financially secured, and the younger generation should not have any hiccups to take up the career?
See, a lot has changed from the time when we started, uh, and it's changed very rapidly, I would say. Technology has come in, and as always, technology is always a double-edged sword. It lets you do a lot of things, but it opens out a lot of doors to a whole lot of people at the same time. Now, it depends on that. Okay, let's if we speak in the sound and music production perspective, when we
मतलब मेरे को
started,
सिर्फ ये जानना पैसा कितना है, आशीष।
पैसा देखो, पैसा,
पैसा एक मेन कंसर्न है आजकल का, जो हम लोग का जो जनरेशन है, हम लोगों ने
हाँ,
ले लिया। बट लाइक व्हेन आई आस्क
हम्म,
माय स्टूडेंट्स why they don't want to take up dance as a profession, they, is very 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 smart answer. They tell me that it's a very unstructured career, finance
yeah,
is not secured. Like अगर किस
mhm,
कोई भी शुरू करे जॉब, they would easily get a pack of 30K और 40K या 50K। पर हमारे करियर में ऐसा नहीं है। सो
right, right, right.
तुम्हारी बीवी
But
कह
see
रही है
again,
पैसा है, पैसा है, तुम्हारी बीवी कह रही है पैसा है, तो वो कह रही है तो
नहीं
सही
है,
पैसा
देखो,
होगा, बट मुझे
I
आपसे जानना है।
what I have always believed, and I tell my kids also all the time that I I can only speak the way I looked at it. I never, maybe it was foolish of me in a way, and I've been fortunate that there was a consistent flow of work, and I was able to do this for all this while.
Yeah,
I never really focused on how much money I'm making.
right,
My thing was that every project that I take up, every job that I do, I I just put my soul into it,
hmm,
and thank God, and thank the universe that decent money followed. So that's I can only advise from that standpoint that I put my heart and soul into what I did, and whatever be the rewards came. Now I don't know if it is enough, because again, enough is subjective.
right,
People have their own benchmarks of what is enough for them. For me, it
right,
was it was the sheer joy of what I was doing and the outcome that I was being able to produce, and the satisfied clients that I had. That was a huge reward for me, and
right.
that I think that is what kept me going all this while. That people were happy, and my job was appreciated, and I was being able to do justice to the people who came to me with a certain belief and expectation.
Right. We
And I
will
think
talk
if
more about your zero DB. baby.
Mhm.
But with
Mhm.
that kind of a voice that is coming across, I'm sure the audience over here at would love to hear something, and those are going to join up at the YouTube later would love to hear something with that kind of voice you have. अमिताभ बच्चन को छोड़ा नहीं जाता कि कुछ तो आप कह दीजिए, रिसाइड कर दीजिए। हम आशीष बैनर्जी को भी नहीं छोड़ सकते कि कुछ तो आप कह दीजिए और रिसाइड कर दीजिए, जो कि
अभी
मेरे
तक तो
प्रोग्राम
कह
के
ही
लिए।
रहे हैं।
हाँ, नहीं मतलब कुछ ऐसा कि जो मतलब बात तो हमारी और भी आगे चलेगी, पर सम काइंड ऑफ पोएट्री और वर्सेस दैट वुड रियली बी इन माय शो फॉर पीपल टू हियर फॉर अ लॉन्ग लॉन्ग टाइम। I know I'm
uh,
making a very unexpected demand, but women are
Completely,
like that.
completely. See, no, it's. See, I have being in the director's seat. You're always attuned to directing other people, to getting them
Oh,
to perform and get the best out of them.
yeah.
Now, ye karte karte, all the practice that I got is actually in a way of directing people how to do it right,
I
not
know,
right,
I
how to
know,
do
I
it
know.
better.
Yeah, I
So,
know Vishal Krishna
yeah,
is
if
also here and he's saying, hello G, hello Vishal Krishna. और ये आवाज सुनो जरा विशाल, ऐसी आवाज तुमको मुद्दतों में सुनने को
नहीं
मिलती है।
नहीं
और
नहीं नहीं नहीं, ऐसी 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 कोई बात नहीं है, ऐसी कोई बात नहीं है।
yes, and
uh,
I get a double up from Rita Gupta who says yes, we would like to hear Ashish recite a poem. I told I know the pulse of the audience.
give me
I
Alaknanda
somehow
book.
understand
What is
what the audience wants, and I had to butt in again because मुझे लग रहा था कि a poetry by you or some verses by you will make my show, put another 5 stars to my show. So I
नहीं
would
नहीं
not
नहीं
take
नहीं,
that
so no,
option.
so just give me just let's keep continuing. We will I'm just trying to get hold of something which
Sure,
I
sure.
can
I
probably
shall give
narrate.
you that time. But yes, as you said, you have been on the director's seat and you have been making people perform. So we just switched the table for the day. But you
Yeah.
have done a lot of work, documentary work also at national and international level. Could you just tell us, like, how did you, like, what are the documentaries thing that you have done, and how we can also get to them, see them, and experience the same kind of passion?
Documentaries. See, the thing with documentaries is that there's ab jaake, with the OTT platforms and everything. Full length documentaries are now available online, but
Huh,
in our times, full length documentaries were not readily available.
right.
So there was one documentary. I don't know whether it's there. We had done for MTV. That was on human trafficking. That
Okay.
was very nicely done. There was a
Right.
series by MTV Exit.
Huh,
That was, I think, that definitely should be available online.
right.
And then there was another lady, Sarah. She was a foreigner, but I think she was married to an Indian guy, and she done a wonderful documentary on the partition and the independence, and she had also done a very very nice job of it. So yeah,
Wow. And also
documentary
that
was.
you have done projects and made soundtracks for Doordarshan National News Night, theme song and title track for the Indian Premier Hockey League, special anthem for India's 100th medal at the Commonwealth Games, Itihas Gawah Hai promo for Aaj Tak channel, winner of Promax Gold Award, campaign for Kargil War Heroes, winner of A&M Award, एंड जासूस विजय जज बेस्ट सीरियल इन द पब्लिक। ये इतना छुप के बैठ के क्यों रहते हो, छुपे बैठे क्यों रहते हो, ये बताओ आशीष।
No, in a
मतलब
sense.
ये इतना सारा काम करके यू आर so down to earth, and your modest level of modesty is like, not done. ये ये
No, it is,
ये
it is.
आर्टिस्ट फटर्निटी को बहुत बड़ा इंसल्ट है।
नहीं 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 नहीं,
मतलब
इंसल्ट
यहाँ पे
इंसल्ट
लोग थोड़ा
इंसल्ट
काम
की बात नहीं।
करते हैं और गुब्बारे की तरह फूल जाते हैं। थोड़ा सा कुछ किया नहीं कि गुब्बारे की तरह फूल जाते हैं। और आपका अगर मैं ट्रैक पढ़ रही हूँ तो मतलब, एंड यू आर सो क्वाइट।
I take joy in the making of the process. In a sense, the जब खिचड़ी पक रही होती है ना, तब जो मजा आता है। तो अब जब पक गई तो पक गई, तो खा लिया तो फिर अगले फिर कुछ और बनाने में लग जाते हैं ना। फिर व्हाट इज नेक्स्ट, व्हाट इज नेक्स्ट, व्हाट इज नेक्स्ट। सो या आ गया आ
That's a
गया।
very special quality. That's आ गया।
I've got
Oh
this
my
I've got
God.
this book from this amazing poet, and I was and it is signed also. I have this autographed
Oh,
first publication series, and I'm going to, oh ho, देखो, खुलते ही uh, खुलते ही क्या, एक पन्ने पलटते ही क्या जबरदस्त एक चीज सामने आई है। I'm just gonna, जिंदगी के पन्ने कुछ उल्टे पुल्टे हैं। फेमिलियर।
I swear, Sangeeta, I love you for this. This is
कहानी
so
है पन्नों की
good.
सिलवटों में, सांस ले रहे हैं कुछ प्यार के पल, और आस छोड़ रही है आंसू यादों के। Like, amazing stuff which Alaknanda has written. I don't know how many people have this book, but please get it. There are so many amazing, heartfelt uh, uh, words which are so
Wi-Fi.
evident that they are coming straight from our heart, that I am sure everybody is going to enjoy reading your poetry. It's beautiful, Alaknanda, seriously.
Thank you. And the cover is designed by your daughter, Vatsala.
Yeah.
Amazing. And the photography is by Sangeeta Das Banerjee, your wife. And
Yeah,
from one of
I was
this, the poem has been written.
unfortunately I was not in this shoot. I was in a
Yeah,
recording,
yeah,
but I hear
yeah.
you guys had a blast.
Yes. Yes, in fact, I draped myself in the curtains, black curtains of your
Absolutely.
shoot, and I did my shoot. You know,
I
I
heard.
said, ये क्या है? कहते ये मेरा curtain covers है, black curtain covers है. And I just took off my white sari, and I can do crazy things, and I just draped that black cover on myself and said, Sangeeta, shoot कर. And Sangeeta said, ये पहन के क्या साड़ी लेके आ तू, पर मैंने कहा जरूरत नहीं है ऊपर से साड़ी लाने की. This is shoot now. And I must say, those pictures are mind
Yeah, I
blowing.
saw them. I saw them. They
And
were
we had a
beautiful.
blast of a time. आशीष वाईफाई का पंगा हो रहा है, वाईफाई को एक बार सेट कर. And in fact, I had early morning, I was in the hospital.
Today?
I had taken yeah, I had food poisoning. Early morning,
Oh shit.
I rushed into the hospital, Kailash Hospital, and at around 7:30, and I took saline, this thing, and I had taken 3 injections. And
Holy
from
shit.
there, I rushed to another Lajpat center where I had to inaugurate my center with the class. And then I was at your home, at Sangeeta's studio to shoot for this thing. So that is the madness we all work with. And I know Sangeeta and you are equally mad like what madness I do. And
I
that
know.
black cover, I still want that black cover because that looks very hot on me.
Oh, it does.
पर
It does.
आशीष कोई
Absolutely.
एक गाना गाना ये कोई एक पूरा पोएम पढ़ देना बहुत लोग यहाँ पे तेरे से डिमांड कर रहे हैं
Okay.
शारदा मोइत्रा says excited to see you dude and
That's my
Romil
sister. That's my
Kathuriya says
sister.
oh lovely and he says nailed it deep and Sangeeta is putting a smile and Tamanna Tikku she's in Washington DC she's what a beautiful moment and Sanjay Ron is saying wonderful Ashish Tamanna Tikku again says I remember Didi wrote Zinda Ho Tum in front of me and requested Ashish ji to recite for SODF and you
You
agreed instantly.
you will not believe. I don't know if you can see it.
Ha
Can you see it?
ha.
Look at
Ah,
look at what
जिंदा
I had
हो
opened up.
तुम यस जिंदा हो तुम प्लीज ये देखो ये तमन्ना टिक्कू भी कह रही है कुछ प्लीज कुछ सुनाइए आशीष जी योर वॉइस
Okay.
आशीष
Okay, so this is another of Alaknanda's amazing poetry. Uh, Zinda ho tum. आंसुओं को पीकर भी मुस्कुराओ तो जिंदा हो तुम. आज भी बचपन. यार यहाँ पे लाइट ना संगीता ने मूड लाइटिंग कर दी है यहाँ कुछ दिखाई नहीं दे रहा मुझे. एक मिनट, let me see if I can get a little more light here.
Oh, yes.
Much better. Yeah, okay. So, आंसुओं को पीकर भी मुस्कुराओ तो जिंदा हो तुम. आज भी बचपन की शरारतों में जिंदा हो तुम. बारिश को अपने आंचल में बेधड़क भर सको तो जिंदा हो तुम. अपनी दोस्तियों को मुकम्मल कर सको तो जिंदा हो तुम. अपने रिश्तों को प्यार से संजो सको तो जिंदा हो तुम. ठह ठहाकर बेझिझक हंस सको तो जिंदा हो तुम. किसी और के आंसू पोंछ सको तो जिंदा हो तुम. अपनी धड़कनों की आहट को सुन सको तो जिंदा हो तुम. अपने सपनों को खुली आंखों से देख सको तो जिंदा हो तुम. अपनी रूहानियत को छू सको तो जिंदा हो तुम. जिंदा दिली से जी सको तो जिंदा हो तुम.
तो जिंदा हो तुम.
वाह, beautiful, beautifully written, Alaknanda. Amazing.
Thank you, Ashish. Thank you for reciting it again and making those moments so very much alive again. And I've gone back to the days that we were all enjoying the Spirit of Dance Festival, and it was amazing, amazing time that we had. And thank God we had that time before the COVID happened. Thank God we
Absolutely,
lived.
absolutely. Nahi,
Thank God.
again, hopefully, I'm praying that you know,
बिल्कुल
good times are
बिल्कुल
back.
बिल्कुल.
Good times are back soon.
यस 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 एब्सोल्युटली. और ये हंस रही है तुम्हारी वाइफ. हा 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 दैट सम शूर यस बेबी आई कांट फॉरगेट दैट. और वो कौन भैया है आपके घर में जो वो पर्दा पकड़ते हैं मतलब he was helping us out and
Ajit is our man
औचित्य
Friday.
औचित्य औचित्य उसको
Yeah,
भेज
yeah.
अरे एक गुलाब लेके आना एक गुलाब लेके आना.
Yeah.
Amazing. It's lovely to work with interesting and crazy people. I think we all are passionately crazy. And Rita
Yeah,
Datta says,
I
well,
think a little craziness is it brings out a different character to voices. Otherwise, yeah, otherwise it's just work.
मैं तो कहती हूँ ना, जिंदगी में थोड़ी पागलपंती जरूरी है।
एब्सोल्युटली, एब्सोल्युटली, अदरवाइज पागल हो जाओगे।
अगर अदरवाइज पागल वाकई में हो जाओगे। और रीता दत्ता कह रही है, वन थिंग आई वुड से अबाउट आशीष इज ही इज टू हम्बल एंड मॉडर्न फॉर प्रेजेंट टाइम्स, इज टोटली अंडररेटेड। आई अग्री रीता जी, एकदम अग्री करती हूँ। मैं वही कहती हूँ, इतने शांत कैसे बैठे हो तुम? लोग थोड़ा सा करके इतना हवा बनाते हैं, और तुमने इतना करके कुछ बोलते नहीं हो
अभी
आप।
तो बहुत कुछ और करना है, इसीलिए
Yes.
आई एम ऑलवेज ऑन द लुकआउट फॉर द नेक्स्ट crazy thing that that my gets inside my head
Yes,
to
yes, yes.
to pick up.
कीड़ा, दिमाग का कीड़ा
Yeah,
है,
कीड़ा कीड़ा कीड़ा,
दिमाग का
exactly,
कीड़ा
exactly,
है।
exactly.
And Sharda Moita says, behind the scenes stories are always interesting. Tamanna आपके पोएट्री पे चिल्ला रही है, ये लेट्स गो। और सौम्या कह रही है, गूज बम्स, आपको बहुत सारे दिल मिल रहे हैं तमन्ना से। Oh, we have Megliana over
Thank
here
you.
also. Hi, hot beauty. You look absolutely awesome. And Sangeeta says, beautiful. Sanjay Ron says, amazing lines by Alaknanda ji. Thank you. And beautifully recited by Ashish. Amazing. I have it in my treasure box. Your voice, absolutely in the production. Zindagi Gulzar hai, and we'll come back with it soon again after all this is gone.
Yeah,
Tell
yeah,
me,
that was.
Ashish, have you had very crazy clients who have really like behind the scenes बहुत सारी चीजें होती ही हैं कि
Mhm.
ऐसी कोई स्टोरी आपको हुई है जिसमें आपको लगा कि ये पागल है, ये क्या है, दिमाग खराब है, you just kicked that person out of your studio and you said, okay, get lost, I'm not going to work with you.
No, actually, at times what
नाम
happens.
मत लो, सिर्फ हमें इंसिडेंट बता दो।
नहीं 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 नहीं, एक एक what see, a lot of times what happens is uh, people are not able to communicate exactly what they want, and understandably so. So what they invariably come up with is कि uh, मजा नहीं आया,
ओहो।
तो तो then you try to figure out कि अच्छा, मतलब मजा नहीं आया, मतलब कि मतलब क्या मैं अभी थोड़ा इसके साथ नाच के दिखाऊं फिर मजा आएगा, मतलब क्या मजा किस कैसे आएगा आपको? So then so you just have to sometimes find out ways to get the pulse of the person,
या
and once you get that right, you get a few hits and misses, but yeah, eventually you do get a sense of what that person is actually uh, wants, but they're not able to clearly communicate what they want. So eventually you come around to understand, and then you tweak it to, sometimes you hate what you have to do, but that person ends up loving it, and they said, yeah, okay, whatever, man, it's your thing. So your baby, end of the day. So
And we have
but
also Vibha
it's
Kapoor ji also, who is saying very beautiful and interesting, Ashish ji.
thank you,
That's
Viva, thank
nice.
you.
And Sangeeta is there. We all will have those days back. Yes, Sangeeta. We have to have those days back. And Rita ji says, loved hearing it recited by Ashish. Thank you. And Sanjay has already said. I want to ask you another question.
Yeah.
I know that you have done a lot of work, um, and your work has a very wide canvas. But at this point of time of lockdown and COVID 19, how badly or how has it affected you?
See, essentially, yeah, it has been quite difficult, because without people, uh, in a sense, it's always good fun where other people's energies are also involved in that creation process. So it's a symbiotic thing that where creating beautiful stuff as an amalgamation of amazing, beautiful energies and creative processes coming together. Now, with this lockdown thing happening, it has been a dampener of sorts, even emotionally and mentally,
Right,
with everybody. So, yeah, the energies are a little bit low, but we are
right,
trying. There is this amazing group of theater group from Mumbai that we are working on some classical Hindi literature that we are making a
right.
whole series of podcasts. So yeah, we're trying to do our best, being stuck in our cities and houses and homes and spaces. So via remote, as much as possible, we are trying to make the most of it, and hoping for things to open out and things to clear out at the earliest, so that those energies are back again to their peaks.
Right. But as you see that the government in Germany or France or Finland, they have allocated a large amount of grants and funds for the artists. But if you
Yeah,
see India,
yeah,
which has such a large number of artistic fraternity, we are the oldest culture. We are the
true,
oldest
true.
living culture and
Hmm.
traditions. But if you look at the support, the artists have none. The artists have
None,
none, and the
none
government,
whatsoever, none whatsoever.
yeah,
Look,
and
we're
the
still,
government,
yeah, carry on.
मैं गवर्नमेंट को दोष नहीं दे रही हूँ, पर मुझे लग रहा है कि isn't it insensitive towards artists?
Yeah, but then it is also insensitive towards the entire population. I don't think we have, been able to, how should I say it, to herd the problem as well as some other countries have been able to manage. I don't know how, what has been lacking. But yeah, in a sense, there are people from all walks of life, all lines of work have been severely affected. So everybody is struggling, not only artists. And the support, frankly speaking, I don't. Whatever friends we have from different lines of work, whoever I've spoken with, yeah, they've been hit very badly, and especially people who are self-employed, be it in the creative line, be it in the manufacturing line, in tourism, travel. Everybody who has been self-employed all this while has been hit very badly, and it things seem to be quite difficult and bleak for some time to come, and there are no clear light at the end of the tunnel, so to speak.
And also that the recent survey said that the artists are the least needed professionals.
That is so unfortunate. It really unfortunate that people in the places where they can do things and make a difference,
Right.
uh, come out and make irresponsible statements like this,
Yeah,
because otherwise, without creativity and without the creative people, it is just bread and butter that you will be surviving on.
yeah,
The sweetness of life comes from the the creative aspects, the which is the jam,
absolutely,
and the
absolutely.
the cherry on the cake
Yes,
is beyond the bread and butter.
yeah, and because even if you see anybody, any household,
Hmm.
cannot live without music or arts. अगर भजन में भगवान का भी नाम लेना तो गाना गाना है
Exactly,
क्या ना?
one way or
अगर आप
another.
खुश होते हो तब भी आप गुनगुनाते हो, आप दुखी
बिल्कुल,
हो तो तब भी आप गाते हो। तो
बिल्कुल।
हाउ हाउ
और कुछ नहीं तो you will tap your feet,
यस,
without even realizing that
यस,
you are, because you know you're either you're flicking your finger or you're clapping. That's rhythm.
यस,
Rhythm is part of music. So even
एब्सोल्युटली।
without being musical, you already have music in you, in everybody, in everything.
Ashish, you have been in Delhi most of the time, but
Yeah,
how
mostly.
have you
Yeah.
been? Have you been associated with Bollywood also?
Not really. Not directly or not very extensively. Uh, but yeah, I've had the opportunity to work with some Bollywood artists uh, for shorter projects. There was a this wonderful time that we recorded with Amit Kumar,
Right.
Kishore Kumar's son. We recorded a song with him in our own studio in Delhi, and it was such a brilliant and tremendous and joyful experience, that it was really wonderful. People, what said that Amit Kumar is coming, and you have to be careful. He's a big star and everything. And believe me, Alaknanda, he came across as such a down to earth person. He walks into the studio, and he just took off his shoes, put his feet up, and just immediately became relaxed and said, in Bangla, "Are একটা চা কি পেতে পারি?" And he was so
Oh,
down to earth, and he sat there, chatted up, and then when we got into recording, he completely got involved, and he was amazing to work with. Then we worked with Ayushman Khurana and his brother
oh, is that
also.
your favorite?
Yeah,
He's
Ayushman
my
is from Delhi as
favorite.
well. Ayushman is from Delhi. A very close friend of mine, Manish, is also a common friend. So through him, we recorded one of his earliest versions of the first hit that he came up with.
Panida.
Uh, Panida. It was we kind of structured and recorded the scratch even before it was released. So it was before the world heard Panida. It was we recorded and did our experimentation
Right.
with that song in our studio. Then yeah, off and on Shamila Tagore के साथ we recorded some voice for some public service messages. Then indirectly Amit ji के साथ we were doing some work for GST, so we indirectly worked with him. So yeah, I've been indirectly in touch with working with Bollywood.
Bollywood.
But yeah, in a sense, I never really. I was so caught up doing stuff here, and then I was in
Your
Bombay
hands
for a
are
bit.
full. You
Sorry,
see your
yeah,
hands are
and
full.
yeah, I
You're
was
full
always
in
full.
Delhi.
I was in Bombay for a bit, for about 2 years. Then, unfortunately, both my parents had health issues. Uh, First, it was my mother, and then my father was, had medical issues, and then he was unwell. So that was short stint. So I had to come back to Delhi. But yeah, in sense, it was good fun to work in Delhi. I never really, say कि अरे Bollywood नहीं हुआ तो नहीं हुआ, in a sense. It
Right.
was it was good.
And Deepak Sarji कहते हैं कि if there's no color added by art, the life would be so black and white. How monochromatic life would it be without art? Exactly.
Absolutely बेस्वाद जिसको कहते हैं ना बेस्वाद.
बिल्कुल, बिल्कुल। मतलब हम लोग तो ना जैसे हम लोग का मेरे पेरेंट्स कहते हैं ये तो हर साल शादी करती है। Whereas I'm a single mother, but मेरे पेरेंट्स का कहना है कि मैं हर साल शादी करती हूँ because we all at AIPA look forward to this Spirit of Dance Festival. और जो ये 5 से 7 दिन का जो ये हंगामा चलता है फेस्टिवल का ना, and everybody
Absolutely.
is involved. Deepak Sarji is also a voiceover
And
for the
such
Spirit
a
of Dance
brilliant,
Festival.
brilliant
He's
MC
doing
Alaknanda you have for your
yes,
shows.
yes, yes.
He is
And
amazing.
is amazing. So it is like we all are so much involved with it, and you know that the classical field, we don't get sponsorship, we don't get
Right.
money. So it is like
Hmm.
basically I use whatever I can save up at iPad, I put it into that. कि
Yeah.
फेस्टिवल करते हैं. अच्छा, somebody
True.
had asked me कि सबसे डिफिकल्ट डिसीजन क्या था आपका, तो मैंने कहा कि मेरे को सबसे डिफिकल्ट डिसीजन ये था कि मैं फेस्टिवल करूं या मैं पेंट हाउस खरीदूं. You know, in
I
these 10
know.
years
Yeah.
that I've
Right.
been doing.
Right.
So I stay in a very humble home of three
Yeah.
bedroom, and I'm proud of
But
it.
it's beautiful. It's beautiful to look at from the little window that I can see.
Yeah. So that was my most difficult decision, whether I want a penthouse for myself or should I have the festival which is celebrating art and life and audience and rasikas and the artists and music and dance, and the
Absolutely.
happiness goes in bounds and bounds and bounds, and it's there to stay. So
True.
I that is, इसलिए मेरे माँ बाप मुझे यही कहते हैं कि ये तो हर साल शादी करती है.
No, I
But
I don't think I don't know. I don't know Harshal Shadi wala thing. But to my understanding, there are two distinctive kind of people in this world. There are the takers,
yeah,
and then there are the givers.
right.
You are a giver.
Humble.
So that is why you instead of choosing to take all that wealth and have that penthouse only for yourself, you choose to give it out.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
you are a giver. That's who you are. That's what you are.
That's what the I think the that's what I get the calls from my guru. I feel from
Absolutely.
my
Yeah.
spiritual
Yeah.
guru
Yeah.
ki ye karna hai tumhe. And
Hmm.
Vibha Kapoor ji says yes. Amit Kumar is very humble and down to earth, open person. And Rita Datta says this is how Ashish is, so humble. Never knew that he knows Ayushman Khurrana and worked with him on his song that made Ayushman pretty famous as a singer.
हम तो
Yes.
हम तो एक गाने पे काम कर रहे थे, आइडिया पे काम कर रहे थे, वो फिर बाद में हिट हो गया तो हो गया. But it was a
Uh,
beautiful song. He was also a very, very talented guy.
right. And Deepak Sarji says, thanks, Ashish, for such kind words coming from you means a lot. पर
No, no,
ये वाला
he's
बहुत अच्छा, ये वाला भी रीटा जी का, ये आई लव आयुष्मान खुराना, रियली डिडंट नो दैट बैक स्टोरी अबाउट पानी दा सॉन्ग. सही में ना रीटा जी, आप भी पहुंच जाती ना स्टूडियो. कितनी बदमाश है संगीता ने आपको बताया नहीं कि आयुष्मान खुराना आ रहा है. भैया नेक्स्ट टाइम आयुष्मान खुराना आएगा तो रीटा को भी बता देना और मेरे को भी बता देना प्लीज.
no, Ayushmann Khurrana is also like that only. He when he came to the studio, he was wearing a hoodie and he had taken a cab. No गाड़ी वाड़ी, मतलब वो इनकॉग्निटो आता है स्टूडियो में, और इनकॉग्निटो ही इज एक्सट्रीमली शाय. उसको ज्यादा हुआ तामझाम,
Yeah.
he's a very shy kind of
Very
person.
nice
So
person, very nice
he's
person.
he's,
You
a,
were
he's
very
again
nice.
very down to earth, very sweet guy.
Yes. Bang on Ashish is a giver. अरे यार, ये absolutely an amazing giver. And okay, मैं ज्यादा नहीं पढ़ रही हूँ, ये मेरा शो नहीं है, ये आशीष का शो है. And
तुम्हारा ही
Sharda
तो शो
says
है.
Ashish, ये मतलब, but it is talking about you. It's talking about you. I want the audience to know about you. And here Sharda says Ashish is the biggest giver and all silently. Yes, I know that. I know that. I know that. Amazing. But tell me, Ashish, the biggest question that we have been putting in this series of showstoppers, that Delhi doesn't have a union. Like Bollywood has a proper structure of union payments and everything,
Right.
gradation and everything. Do
Hmm.
you think there's a lack in Delhi? And if it is lacking, which we know it is lacking, why do you think there's a lack of that kind?
Okay. Yes, it has always been lacking. As a matter of fact, when early on, I'm talking about quite early on, actually, early 2000s, when I realized the same thing, that off and on I used to go to Bombay for some advertising work,
Right.
and there I came to my attention that they have this union system of working, which is very effective
Very
and made a
effective.
lot of sense. Made a lot of sense. So I came back after that project, and I got together with other uh, directors and producers, and the established artists and everything, and trying to figure out that why don't we have something like that in Delhi, and or if we don't, why don't we try and get something going like that in Delhi as well. And we tried to formulate it and formalize it, but Delhi as it works in a much more I wouldn't say disorganized way, but it's a lot of the structure never really took hold for some reason.
Yeah.
Also, the fact that Bombay's industry is much older than the industry in Delhi, and they have dedicated office bearers to doing this job, which is very very important. That somebody's got to be running that organization. The
Right.
artists can't be expected to be running this organization. So
Right.
that probably is one thing that we didn't end up doing, is that you need to you know make it a formal body, which has an office, which has office bearers who would be taking care of these things, because artists are you know um, artists are artists. They are creative people. They really don't have the knack of let's say regular office things, filing
Right.
things,
Yeah.
chasing
Yeah. Yeah. We're
things.
very bad with it.
Exactly. So I think that is what is required to set up a formal body of people, an organization who will take care of this um, office, that line of work, the
Yes.
paperwork. So the office paperwork, which is
Yeah.
very very important. If that
Yeah.
can be done, I think um, we might there's just might be able to get some people
More.
together to do that.
But as we have been talking lately, that the generation beyond, like the legendary or the senior artists, and even if I say technicians and music directors, and they are not ready to pave the way for the younger generation. मतलब उनको
Wo see, I think
50,000 का भी काम करना है, 1 लाख भी मिलेगा वो भी काम करना है, 25,000 का भी काम करना है, अगर 5,000 मिले तो वो भी काम करना है. मतलब
uh
this is like you're not letting the younger generation take a step forward.
right,
So
right.
do you think that it is
I think
also
that
there in your industry?
no, I don't think that is there, because like I said, in our industry, the technological changes has happened very rapidly. So peop, the old school people who have not been able to keep up with that technology automatically had to drop out of the race, if you call
Okay.
it a race.
Okay. Yes.
That is where the new generation holds the advantage. They
Okay.
are with the times. They know the trends. They are not afraid to experiment with technology.
Yes.
हमें तो शुरू में डर लगता था कि यार ये मशीन को करेंगे तो खराब तो नहीं हो जाएगा. I see the new people that they, they are not afraid to experiment. They are not
Hands
afraid.
on.
Hands on. For us, it since it was new, we were very wary of key of something will go wrong. Since the new generation has grown up with that technology,
Yeah.
so they are not averse to technology. It is very much part of their life. So
Right.
it is for older generations, from like us, who have to keep up with the technology with the newer generation.
Hmm.
So it is not so that is also where the insecurity comes from in the older generation at times, that
Hmm.
it's almost like things are slipping out of their hands, so they're trying to grab onto whatever little they can as much as they
Right.
can.
Right.
But
So that
no, you can't.
insecurity of the artist is still alive.
It is, yeah, of course, because who would want to willingly give up the limelight, while they
Absolutely.
still have it on them? Very few, very few. The biggest of the biggest name, I don't want to take names, but the
Yeah.
biggest of biggest names have, you know, been uncomfortable sharing limelight all their lives. The biggest, you name it, and they have been uncomfortable sharing space.
Okay, Ashish, tell me, still, what is that dream that you still have in your mind that you want to accomplish? I know you're a very, very satisfied person. You're a very, very down to earth, and you're not in a race. You're not in a race. I
Yeah,
understand.
I refuse to. If I had to run that race, I would have been in the corporate sector. I did
Yes,
not want to run the rat race. That is
yes.
why I had no qualms in. I knew that probably monies would be not as much as holding up a corporate job. But I was absolutely fine with it. I was
I
never
always say I'm
the
not in
one.
a rat race because I'm not a rat.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, tell me, but they are still dreams that we have. We are never in a race, but we still have dreams. So, what is that dream that you look forward to and you still want to accomplish?
Uh, I don't know.
Socha nahi?
No, not any one thing in particular. In a sense, yeah, you would like to, music wise, leave something behind which would leave a mark,
Right.
or in the spectrum of music, things, melodies that people would remember and sing.
Wow. Wow. अच्छा ये बताओ कि I've seen videos of your elder daughter, Megiliana.
Yeah,
And she
she's
is like doing great work and she's so natural. I think she
yeah,
gets it
she's
from
totally
mother.
natural,
She's very natural. Tell me,
completely.
what do you do when you have free time on hand, and what is that passion that you look forward to? Yeah, how do you spend your free time and your family time?
I family time is just talk. I have different wavelengths. Both my kids are poles apart. They are
Yes, yes,
unique in their own way. So
yes.
yeah, in a sense, with Megliana, the elder one, uh, she's very much inclined to working with the environment and the natural world and animals. So with her, when I'm with her, spending time with her, there's a whole lot of talk about the environment, and things to do, what can be done, what is happening around the world. With Vatsala is she loves animals. Not to say that she doesn't like animals, but Vatsala is a little more into alternate thinking. Her thinking is not on the straight line. So she's into little alternate realities, which is another favorite field of mine. So when I'm spending time with her, we have a long talks on that or on films. She's also a film buff. She's studying mass communication, so she's a major film buff. So with her, we usually talk of films or stuff like that. And with Sangeeta,
नहीं, संगीता का टाइम स्पेंड नहीं, मुझे संगीता के साथ तुम्हारी लव स्टोरी का पता करना, मुझे ऑडियंस को तुम्हारी लव स्टोरी
वो तो
सिखनी।
शीज ऑलरेडी टोल्ड यू दैट स्टोरी।
नहीं, वो तो
मेरे से
मेरे को
अलग
पता है
और
ना।
अलग क्या सुनोगे?
नहीं 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 नहीं
सॉरी।
नहीं 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 नहीं, उसने वो ना शो पे नहीं बोला, मैं सुन चुकी हूँ,
अच्छा 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 अच्छा,
पर मैंने
ओके।
संगीता का
No,
वर्जन
no,
सुना
she
हुआ
told you the story. She told you the story.
है। नहीं नहीं, शो पे नहीं बोला उसने,
अच्छा अच्छा, तो
मुझे
क्या
आशीष का
बोला था
वर्जन सुना आज।
नहीं नहीं, वर्जन तो सेम ही है। वर्जन तो सेम ही है। वर्जन तो
तो
अलग अलग नहीं
थोड़ा
होगा।
थोड़ा ऑडियंस को पता चले ना कि ये जो लव स्टोरी है वो कितनी पुरानी है। और आई नो इट्स फ्रॉम क्लास 8th एंड 9th, आई अंडरस्टैंड दैट, पर
हाँ
मुझे
हाँ
मैंने
हाँ।
संगीता का वर्जन, वो हंस रही है वहां पे, बाद में मेरे को ना पिटाई करेगी, मैंने हाँ बस तू शुरू हो जा।
दोनों को दोनों को दोनों को वो शीज गोना कम बैक एंड टेल मी, यार ये क्यों बोल दिया तुमने, ये नहीं बोलना था।
बट यू हैव अ
ऐसा तो नहीं हुआ था।
या मैं बुक लिख लूंगी उस पे, हाँ 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 हाँ। पर अभी मैंने तेरा सुना, मुझे आशीष का वर्जन सुनना है। आशीष चलो यार, यार मतलब आजकल लव स्टोरीज कम होती हैं, यू नो व्हाट,
नहीं नहीं, क्या बात कर रहे हो? लव स्टोरीज, लव
यस, नहीं नहीं
अलग
नहीं नहीं,
अलग टाइप की लव स्टोरीज होती हैं, बट आई एम
लव
श्योर
स्टोरीज
स्टोरीज।
कम होती है, दे आर मोर मटेरियलिस्टिक स्टोरीज, सॉरी।
Nah, I wouldn't say. I
Love
wouldn't.
stories are little less, and school love stories are more like boyfriend girlfriend, चलो अब आगे दूसरी girl और दूसरा boy, but your love story is very unique. So I would love the audience to just छोटे से में बता दो यार, इतना क्यों शर्मा रहे हो?
नहीं,
संगीता
शर्माने
को
की
साथ
बात
में
नहीं
ले
है।
लो अगर ऐसा है,
सॉरी।
संगीता को साथ में ले लो अगर ऐसा है।
नहीं
But
नहीं
why are you blushing, Ashish? Stop blushing.
नहीं, देखिए, ब्लशिंग इज ओनली विजिबल इन पीपल हु हैव द स्किन टोन टू see the blood rushing to their face. I don't think you can see the blood rushing to my face.
No, but I know
So
that those flutters your heart must be going through when you are thinking of, you know, one of the sweetest love stories I know. You see the people who are there, who are talking about, who know about, and there's so many people
see,
who
okay,
don't know about
I will tell you.
the cute love story that you have.
See, we've we've
Yes.
we've literally grown up together. Sangeeta and I, we were neighbors. Our parents' house was in the same lane. So that way, it is. Yeah, it is old school and school wali thing. But it was frankly speaking, it was so organic and just a part of growing up that it was never कि अच्छा plan किया कि it was just one thing moved on to the next, and everything just felt right to move on to the next step, from school to college to, and doing things together, and we had very similar uh, tastes in life in general. So everything just kind of fell into place in our journey together, and so we just kept moving ahead, and life happened together.
So cute, so cute. मतलब आशीष, आज तो और भी याद करना, ये लिखने वाली है, किताब लिखने वाली है संगीता। on your
हाँ
love
तो
story.
हाँ तो फिर
That's
जब किताब
lovely.
आएगी तब रिलीज पे हम किताब पढ़ेंगे.
एब्सोल्युटली, बहुत रिलीज करेंगे, एसओडी पे रिलीज करेंगे. कुछ और कहानियां, कुछ और सुंदर कहानियां. Now when your girls have grown up and you have seen the reaction of your father and your parents about the music fraternity and about the career, now your daughters also have a very different streak of interest and life. So
Mhm.
as a father, what do you think your take is, and how different are you at this point of time?
I again, like I told you earlier, Alaknanda, I have always believed in uh, striving for excellence.
Yeah,
That is it. That's all you can do. Frankly speaking, there are no guarantees in life. 2020 was this supposedly this brilliant year to happen, and
yeah,
look at the way it's turned out. Nobody
yeah.
expected this. There are no guarantees in life. The only thing that you can guarantee is what you bring to the table, your input, what you give out, what you put out there. So that is all that I keep telling them, that um, whatever you do, whatever field of work, line of work, or whatever little you do in life, give it your best and let it be. Be honest to yourself and bring honesty and keep honesty in whatever you do. Rest will follow.
Right. So,
That's my only advice to both of them.
right.
Rest, everything is fluid and forever changing.
Okay, a few questions in a fast track. What is
Yeah.
more important for you, money or fame?
Money or fame? Peace of mind.
Oh, another one. Peace of mind. Very well said. Very well said, Ashish. Kishore Kumar or Mohammad Rafi?
Kishore Kumar.
Oh, wow. That's a Bengali take. Okay, Uttam Kumar or say Bishwajit?
Uttam Kumar.
Uttam Kumar. Lata Mangeshkar or Asha Bhosle?
Asha Bhosle.
Amazing. Shah Rukh Khan or Salman Khan?
Shahrukh. Definitely.
Traveling or home?
Oh, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. Frequently traveling and then coming home also.
Wow. Taking both in this thing. Macha jhol bhat ya that mutton biryani.
Machad Chalbats.
Black or white?
It's all grey, Alaknanda.
Oh, amazing. You
It's
have a
just
third dimension.
it's just shades of grey. It's all shades of
Oh,
grey.
okay.
Because black or white, you're talking about absolutes.
Right,
Black on
right,
one side, white on the other. There is no absolutes. We are all in the spectrum in between.
right.
So it's all
Uh,
grey.
well, I would like to get that answer again. Shahrukh or Salman?
Shahrukh.
Shahrukh. Okay, so Soumya Shukla is very happy. Rekha ya Vajanti Mala?
Oh, mm, oh damn. Madhubala.
मधुबन. तुम बहुत बदमाश हो तुम. तुम और एक लाइन पे जा रहे हो, और एक ही लाइन पे जा रहे हो. अच्छा, माधुरी दीक्षित और दीपिका पादुकोण?
Deepika Padukone.
Okay. Okay. Chinese or Thai?
Food wise,
Yes.
Thai.
Okay. Do you like the rains or do you like the ocean? Both are water bodies.
Mm, I think rains.
You love the rains.
Nothing,
So,
nothing, nothing, nothing more beautiful than rains in the mountains.
right. So the urban life or the rural life, where would you like it more?
Uh yeah, I wouldn't call it rural life, but yeah, non-urban.
Non
Non-urban.
non-urban.
I
Not
wouldn't, I wouldn't,
completely rural. Not
yeah,
completely rural,
yeah,
but a
yeah.
small town. You would prefer a small town. You would prefer
Right,
a small
right,
town.
right, right.
Would you like to go for a movie or a web series?
Um, that, no, I'm on that. That would depend on the content. Content,
Okay.
makes all the difference. It is not whether it's a movie or a web series.
Okay.
Um, I'm as long as it makes sense, I'm good with it.
Uh, li- I'm liking quite a few web series now because, especially with the
Yeah, a
lockdown
lot of them.
happening, I think the whole
Yeah.
interest has turned because it's more story driven and there's more content in, and there are no
Mm.
songs. कोई गाना बजा के मतलब पेड़ों के पीछे ढिंचक 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 नहीं कर रहा है, and like no lousy dialogues, and it's very straight and cut, and that's
Yeah.
fun. इन्हीं से
That
ये
is
बोला,
that is
हाय इन्हीं चाइनीज और थाई फूड वाइज आपको क्या लगा? अरे मतलब क्या, चाइनीज चाइनीज में खाना चलेगा और चाइनीज का और कुछ नहीं चाहिए. And Rituparna Mukherjee is also here. She says, all great, well said. Yes, I think that was a very, very, that's my man. It's absolutely your man, Sangeeta. Absolutely your man. And Sharda says, Mumbai Aja, rain bhi hai. And
yeah,
also,
I hear, well, it's incessantly raining like crazy.
yeah. I'd been talking to Molina early morning today, and she has been saying that it's raining cats and dogs over there, or ocean bhi hai. Tulika says, Namaskar, Didi. Sangeeta says, इन्हीं जी आज के टाइम पे क्लैरिफाई कर देना बहुत जरूरी है. हाँ जी, आज के
Yeah.
टाइम पे
Absolutely.
बहुत क्लैरिफाई
Absolutely.
करनी बहुत जरूरी है कि चाइनीज चाइनीज खाना चलेगा इंडियन तड़के के साथ, पर चाइनीज गुड्स नहीं चलेगा. That
J
was
J J.
amazing, Ashish. With you, I got you sorted because you hardly speak. You hardly speak.
No, not that. It's not that.
No, you must be
But yeah,
talking.
I'm not a social media person. I really um I in a sense, I'm more of even if I'm on the internet, I'm more of a my younger daughter calls me what she has a term for it, that I'm rather on Wikipedia, going from one link to the other on random pages, and you know क्या कहते हैं उसको, she has this, it's almost like going down a rabbit hole of knowledge. So
Yes,
such
yes,
interesting stuff that you can find. So
absolutely.
I get lost in that. So I'm not, not very visible on the social media platform, so to speak.
Absolutely not visible. You're not. You're dead on the social media. Come on. You're
Yeah,
completely dead. You don't do anything.
guilty as charged.
Yes, and thank God संगीता sometimes भूले भट के कुछ डाल देती है तो फिर मुझे लगा, आशीष से बुलवाना है ये वाला. And Vivaji says today's session is so different and full of enjoyable. Yes, absolutely. We got the man speaking. Salute to you, Alaknanda. The amount you got out from him is mind blowing. Yeah, everybody talks with me. I love tickling their nerves to talk and spill out the beans. I enjoy that this talk, that's the maximum time he spent on FB in a long time.
That's another thing to your credit, Alaknanda. It's
I should really thank you for coming on this
that was
show,
good, good, good,
you
great fun
speaking
it
your
was.
mind, sharing your journey. It was my major point over here to do the show, was that I wanted to know about your journeys and about your life, about the struggles and how you molded it. And also, especially with this showstopper, where the artist is on the stage, or the actress is, or the actor is on the screen, but there are a lot of people who work to make that happen, and they are not behind the scenes, they are actually at parallel with the main artist. So it was my deep desire to get all of you on the front line and to know about your journey and your association, how you would like to see life and how you have seen life so far. So that was my main. And Ashish coming to the show, thank
So,
God.
no, coming back to what I said earlier, that is what makes you such a brilliant and wholehearted giver. That you are, sharing that space uh, of limelight and giving that person all the people who are involved but not visible all the time. And not taking all the success and all the credit just for yourself. That's another
It's very
aspect of a giver
important.
that you are.
It's very important to understand that the rainbow is of seven colors, and that's why it's so
Hmm.
beautiful. And I'm just trying to add all the colors to my life and make a beautiful rainbow out here. So
Beautifully
that's what
said.
I look forward to it.
Beautifully said.
थैंक यू सो मच, पर कल हम फिर मिलेंगे। एंड कल बहुत स्पेशल है, बिकॉज इट्स गोइंग टू बी अ पैनल डिस्कशन, एंड
अरे
वी
वाह.
हैव Sangeeta Das Banerjee coming again tomorrow. We have two surprise guests also on the panel. We have Sandeep Datta ji coming again tomorrow, and we have two surprise guests which I will not let out right now. We might have Bharti Dang also, but you have seen them. But there are two surprise guests for all of you tomorrow, and we'll have a panel discussion because it would be incomplete if we don't talk together and come to some conclusive decision of the changes that we want to make in the society, into and in our fraternity. Thank you so much, Ashish. Big love to you. And
Thank
फिर
you.
से
Thank you. It
पार्टी
was
होगी तो
great
संगीता और
fun.
तुम नाचोगे, और फिर मैं भी तुम्हारे साथ फिर नाचूंगी, और फिर
बिल्कुल, बिल्कुल.
सौम्या भी तुम्हारे साथ फिर नाचेंगे. We love dancing with you, and it's so much fun. And please join us tomorrow at 7 p.m. again over here on Facebook. And as I say, lockdown is over, but the COVID-19 is still there. So wear your mask, wash your hands, sanitize your hands, keep a social distance, and be happy. Life is beautiful. Pray and sleep. Pray and sleep. Namaskar, Shabakar, good night. Sleep well. Bye, Ashish.
Bye, Laknanda. All the
Tata.
best. All the
Join
best.
us
Bye.
tomorrow also. Join us
I
tomorrow.
will. I will. I will. Looking forward to it.
And here, and let me read out the last. Thank you, Alaknanda. This was beautiful. Sangeeta says, Sandeep Datta says, total dhamal hoga kal. Or Rita Datta says, can't wait for tomorrow's show. Thank you, Alaknanda. Thank you, all the audience who are here and who stay by the whole week. It's because of you I'm doing this show, and you make it more interesting for me. So please come back tomorrow. Tomorrow is the finale for this series, and let's have a rocking, talking. I love to talk, and let's talk to everybody. Bye, good night.